All right, what's going on, boys? Keg and Coop back at it. Another NASCAR Cup Series video for tomorrow's race, the Quaker State 400 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Last week, we were at Road America. Coop wasn't on the show on Sunday, but he did put a bet in the Discord for the guys, and he hit Chase Elliott. I lost. I had the option to get on him. I passed. And ended up costing me 2 units. So I lost, Coop won, and away we go. What's going on, buddy?
Not much, man. Just waiting to see what happens in this race right now. So if I can hit something live or not. It's coming down to pit strategy, it looks like, and who's going to have the freshest tires at the end. So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I have Kyle Busch on the spreadsheet. At like minus 140. He basically led every lap in the race, but then I'm not sure where he is right now. I would assume somewhere in the top 10. I'm not sure.
I think he's in first. He's either in first or second. But
right now?
He's already pitted to use one set of his fresh tires. So
okay,
it's going to be interesting. So I didn't. My thought process on Kyle Busch today was I had my luck last night. I don't like betting drivers, who are negative value as far as the pre-race goes. So I stayed off of them, and I was going to say I'm going to look to live bet somebody, and if I don't end up betting anybody, I don't end up betting anybody.
Yeah, I mean, generally I agree with that, especially in the Cup Series. But I don't know. He's been so dominant in Xfinity this year that I figured he was going to have the best car by a mile. Now, Daniel Hamrick, who basically runs the same equipment as he does, right?
Yeah.
Pit at lap 98 with him, and Hamrick is 16-1 right now. He's got a lead. Kyle Busch is chipping into that lead, though. I'm sure if it stays green, Kyle Busch is going to catch him.
The one driver who would worry me, though, would be Hamrick, because Hamrick is very good on long runs. So,
right.
But, today, Kyle Busch has been very, very good. Hamrick hasn't been able to, hang with him at all. So, I was just worried. I used up all my luck last night.
So for people that aren't members, Coop hit a nice 10-1 winner in the Truck Series last night on some great circumstances, considering how many times that we've been screwed in a race. It was great. It was great to see Coop get one back for one time for the boys. So that was a nice hit. All right, so let's get into this week, Atlanta Motor Speedway. Right now, I know it's a different series, but the tires are getting absolutely murdered out there today in the Xfinity Series. Now, the starting grid for tomorrow, Chase Elliott's got the pole. Kyle Busch is in row 1. Denny Hamlin and Chris Bell in row 2. Truex and Larson row 3. And then rounding out the top 10, Reddick and Kurt Busch in row 5. And then so on and so on and so on. So, and we've already had a race here this year, right? We know that. Ryan Blaney won. Kyle Larson finished second. It was one of the many races this year that Larson finished second in if he didn't win it. Kyle Busch had a nice top 5 in that race. Kyle Busch has not finished worse than 7th the last 6 times that they've been at this track. Denny Hamlin snuck into the top 5. He finished 4th. He's been in the top 5 3 out of the last 4 times that they've run at Atlanta. And generally, what Alex Bowman's 3rd. He finished 3rd in the first race. What do you generally look for in races at Atlanta? It's a 1.5-mile cookie cutter oval, like many of the tracks are here. So what are you usually looking for?
Well, my storyline for this race is going to be, along the line of what you were just talking about. It's all about tire wear and tire management, actually, and who can manage the tires. And the storyline would be, Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex. Probably the three best when it comes to tire management in the business. And will the tire management overcome the lack of speed and or results that they've had this year? So necessarily the speed, not no for Hamlin, but more for Truex and Harvick. And I do think that, they have an advantage. They're really good with what they do when it comes to these tire wear management tracks. But in the end, I don't know if they're going to have the speed. I wouldn't bet against them to finish, third, fourth, fifth, somewhere in that ballpark. I just don't know if they have enough to win the race when it comes down to the end.
So how do you rank the Hendrick drivers in terms of managing your tire wear?
In terms of managing their tire wear, I would probably put, man, you're going to hate this, but I would probably put Alex Bowman and Kyle Larson right next to each other. And then Chase Elliott and Will Byron right behind them. I think that Larson and Bowman are much better than Elliott and Byron when it comes to managing the tires. But, we saw earlier in the year what hurt Kyle Larson was he didn't manage his tires, and he ended up in second place. So, it all just depends upon the track and the conditions. And, it's going to be hot tomorrow, and it's going to be really hot. And, it's going to make a big difference. It's going to make that track slick. And I think it really plays an advantage for the veteran drivers who are familiar with these conditions. So, but, that's how I would, rank the four Hendrick drivers.
So Penske, historically at this track, they've been solid, not great, but solid. I mean, Keselowski, with the exception of the race this year, he's had two wins since 2015. He's finished in the top 2 3 times, and he's finished in the top 10 the other 3 times. So he's been good. Joey Logano's got an average finish here that is 6th best overall. And Ryan Blaney won the race this year, finished 4th in this race last year. So what do you think about Penske tomorrow?
Ford's won the last 5 races here. So you cannot discount them one bit. I do like Brad Keselowski over his 2 teammates, though. Joey Logano hasn't been very good in this package that we're at, where Brad Keselowski has been. You don't think of Joey Logano as a driver who's very good at, saving his equipment, saving his tires. You don't necessarily think of Keselowski as one either, but I think he's much better than his teammate Joey Logano. Chase Elliott is kind of similar to Ryan Blaney, where both of them have struggled getting a grasp on how to manage tires. They're both getting better. They're both improving. But I think they're in that second tier of drivers who are good when it comes to managing tire wear. But, Keselowski's my favorite of the Ford drivers. And then I would probably put Harvick over Logano and Blaney.
Okay. Now, on the Thursday night show that we did for the NBA Finals, I saw you say in the YouTube chat that you were a big fan of my guy Kurt Busch this week.
Kurt Busch.
Mr. Old Reliable. Mr. Gets you a top 10 a lot. So talk to me. Now, since 2013, he has finished in the top 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 out of 8 times. He's finished in the top 6 4 out of 8 times. So what do you think? What do you think we get from Kurt?
I absolutely love Kurt Busch this weekend. I think that he's underrated when it comes to tire wear management, and I would put him 4th, right behind the 3 drivers that I mentioned earlier in the broadcast. And to be quite honest with you, he might have the better equipment than all 3 of those drivers. Because if you look at what Kurt Busch has done here recently,
then all 3 are what? Then all 3 are what drivers?
Hamlin, Truex, and Harvick.
Oh, okay.
I think if you look at what he's done here recently, he's
Right.
had several top 8 finishes. If you look back at the spring race in Atlanta, he was in an untimely accident, not of his doing. He made it through the first stage. He finished 4th in that first stage, and he was well on his way to having another good, Atlanta run when he got caught up in that accident.
Wow.
So, I like what he's done here recently. His teammate Ross Chastain has done very well recently. The Ganassi team, has partnerships with Hendrick Motorsports, and we all know what Hendrick Motorsports has been doing. So, I would not be surprised if Kurt Busch wins this race one bit.
You know what's crazy to me? I understand the fact that basically this year you have to consider that 4 of the top 10 cars that are going to finish in the top 10 over the last 3 months are the 4 Hendrick cars because they've been that good, right?
Mm-hmm.
But how is this guy, based on what he's done at this track, and he's not like Kevin Harvick, where Kevin Harvick has the best average finish at basically every track, but doesn't mean anything because this year Kevin Harvick hasn't been great, right? Kurt Busch has been, over the last, month and a half to 2 months, Kurt Busch has been rock solid. And so has Chastain, I guess, to a certain extent, right? How is he 30-1 to win the race?
Yeah, I think he should be closer to 20 to 22 in that ballpark. And I think a lot of it has to do with, the dominance of what we've seen from Kyle Larson. I think 800 is the next best favorite after Kyle Larson. So,
yeah.
He's doing it to everybody. So
yeah.
I think, I'm going to have a bunch of Kurt Busch bets this weekend.
He's plus 350 to finish in the top 5, and he's plus 105 to finish in the top 10. Normally we see like plus 125 on Kurt Busch to finish in the top 10, but I guess I understand it here, right? That they're making you pay a tad bit of a premium for him to sneak into the top 10 this week based on how consistent he's been here. So I think plus money on him to finish in the top 10 is a great bet. And what do you think his chances are of hitting the top 5 at plus 350?
I think they're very good. So it's a bet that I'll make. I'll be more than willing to put a half a unit on Kurt Busch to finish in the top 5 plus 350.
All right, put him aside. Now, we know that Larson's plus 225 to win the race. Those odds are absurd. We get that. Then Kyle Busch is 8-1. Elliott's 9-1. Denny's 10-1. Harvick. It's funny that the 3 drivers that you mentioned that are rock solid at managing their tires, Denny, Harvick, and Truex, are all 10-1. They're basically all the 4th choice to win this race. Who would you be targeting to win this race tomorrow, aside from the flyer that you would take on Kurt Busch at 30-1?
Alex Bowman, I think, is a very good shot, and I think he's another driver that is underrated when it comes to managing his tires. If you look at the tire wear tracks, He's actually done much better than Blaney and his teammate Chase Elliott. So I'm going to be keeping a hard eye on Alex Bowman also. He finished third in the spring race here, and he does very well in the tire wear management category. So, but those two, and then again, I'm going to keep my eye on Hamlin. I'm going to keep my eye on Truex and Harvick. I think they have a chance to, win. You never know what's going to happen. Somebody could blow a tire and end up in that wall and take them out. So, but I do know I won't be putting any money on Kyle Larson pre-race.
Amen to that, bro. Who else? What other bets have you targeted this week? Any matchups that you saw that you liked? Any group stages that you saw that you liked?
Yeah, I'll be betting definitely Kurt Busch top 10 plus 105. Kurt Busch top 5 at 350.
Yep.
The other two bets that I'll definitely be making is in a group bet, Kurt Busch is plus 265 over Joey Logano, Christopher Bell, and Tyler Reddick. I really like that. That's on DK. And then I think on BetMGM, I like Alex Bowman at even money over Joey Logano. Then the other bets that I don't know if I'll make them, would be Kurt Busch top 3. You can get that plus 800, and Kurt Busch top Chevy plus 1600. I don't know if I'm going to go that deep on them. And then one other one that I'm probably going to make. I've already mentioned I hate putting negative dollars on people. But in NASCAR, I like Kurt Busch at minus 115 over Christopher Bell at minus 110.
Say that last one again.
Kurt Busch minus 115 over Christopher Bell.
Kurt Busch minus 150. So I'm totally with you on the Kurt Busch top 10, and I'm totally with you on taking a shot at plus 350 that he can make the top 5. But you're looking to go all in, huh? Matchups, groups.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to end up going all in. It's a lot to go all in on one driver in a NASCAR race because that driver could very easily crash and burn just like he did earlier this year in Atlanta. So that's why I am a little I don't know. I like the other bets that I mentioned before because I think they're much more guaranteed. So, and then, another bet that I kind of like is Brad Keselowski top Ford plus 325. Kevin Harvick, I believe, is the top Ford in the books right now. But I like Keselowski. I like that money.
Keselowski top Ford, you said?
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to end up betting that and just sticking with Kurt Busch, but, we'll see.
What about Kurt Busch to be the top Chevy at 14-1? You think the Ford?
I would probably bet that. I don't know. I mean, Hendrick has been so good, man. So good.
I took a half unit shot on Hamrick at plus 650.
Yeah, is that on DK? I'm looking through here now. Yeah, he's down to plus 300 right now on DK.
He's still 5 at bet 365. Now, I think that there might be a shot that Kyle Busch could still win the race, but I think it's worth taking a shot on Hamrick at the price.
Mm-hmm. So, how, we have these crazy bets MGM puts out that are basically sucker bets because, like, for instance, X driver and Y driver finish both in the top 5, or X driver and Y driver finish, in the top 10, or, X driver and Y driver finish, first and second. I scroll through those all the time, but 95% of the time, I just, they're sucker bets. But there's one this week that really caught my attention. And it's Martin Truex to be the top Toyota, Joey Logano to be the top Chevrolet, and the top Ford, and William Byron to be the top Chevrolet. Will it happen? Most likely not.
All three of those have to happen?
Yeah, all three of them have to happen.
All right, say that one more time for me.
Martin Truex, top Toyota.
Yeah.
Joey Logano, top Ford, and William Byron, top Chevy. Will it probably happen? No. But could it happen? I mean, yeah, they're all named quality drivers.
At what price?
What price do you think it would be at?
Man, to get three drivers to be the top in their manufacturing class is such a tough ask. I would say that the true value on that happening is north of 100 to 1.
100.
Yeah. To get, the true value with all the intangibles in the NASCAR.
You're saying even money.
No, I'm saying 100 to 1, not plus 100.
So you're saying plus what? 10,000?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I would think probably north of that.
Okay.
Is the true value.
Okay. So what interested me was the price. It was
what
plus
is
8,000. Plus 8,000.
80 to 1. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you know what that is? That's basically what we thought, plus the book taking their hold.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
But,
all right.
Am I going to place it? No. But I mean, it made me think, man. The number made me think because, you never know racing. It could happen. It could. And, you put $10 or $20 down at 80 to 1. I mean, shit. That's good money. But anyways, but that's kind of where I stand so far this week. It's a Kurt Busch fest for me. And I have no disrespect. Larson could come out here and dominate everybody.
Of course,
I'm just not going to bet him. And if I don't, it'll just be kind of like what happened there in this Xfinity race where I didn't bet Kyle Busch, and I just don't have any bets out.
Amen, bro. I'll tell you what though. I don't hate my Daniel Hamrick live bet with 20 laps to go.
No. I don't blame you.
All right, so
what's his odds now on DK? Is he even money?
Right now, it is off the board at Bet365.
Yeah. He was actually minus 200, and Kyle Busch is minus 167 the last time they had it on DK.
Right now, minus 200. Yeah. Yep. So that's why what you got live betting, man, is a fucking gotta nail it when it gets posted. You gotta nail it.
Oh yeah.
All right. So
time, but they should be coming back up. I mean, there's still 32 laps left at a mile and a half. I mean, if they keep this thing closed, that's ridiculous.
No, there's 19 laps left.
Oh, 19? I'm a little behind, man. Never mind.
Yeah, 19 laps.
Yeah.
He's got about.
There we go.
He's got about 0.8 of a second or a 1 second lead right now. And I mean, let's be honest. Kyle Busch could still definitely win this race, especially with lap traffic. I mean, this is far from over. But I mean, got the guy in first and second, and the guy in third's 4 seconds back, barring a caution. I mean,
Yep. Barring a caution.
But we know how that goes.
Yeah.
Especially in this series.
You should expect one.
Yeah, 100%. You should expect 3. You shouldn't expect 1. You should expect 3.
So, but yeah, I'll put in chat what I end up on pre-race tomorrow.
Yeah, so I bet the Kurt Busch top 10 last week. I think you're dead on the money. I think Kurt Busch top 10 is worth the bet. And I think taking a shot, I'll tell you, you want to know the only thing that sucks about taking that top 5 money at plus 350 is caution. There you go. He's 10 times that to win the race.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing that sucks.
Yeah. Don't be surprised if I have a Kurt Busch live bet very quickly tomorrow to win the race.
Yeah. I could dig it. So, he's been great here. Okay, so Kurt Busch top 10, and what were the 2 matchups that you liked with Kurt Busch?
I like him over Christopher Bell.
Right. At what price?
It was minus 115 last I checked.
Okay.
So, and then I like Alex Bowman over Joey Logano at even money.
Okay.
And then I like Kurt Busch over Joey Logano, Christopher Bell, and Tyler Reddick at plus 285.
What do you think about Alex Bowman at even money against Will Byron tomorrow?
I don't have as much confidence in it as what I did last week on the road course because, Will Byron's had a fast car all year long, and, he's doing much better at every track for the most part this year versus his prior races at them. So, he could surprise. You never know what's going to happen. Learning to manage tires isn't going to happen overnight for him. But I don't know. I like the Bowman over Logano because Logano has just been really bad in this package this year and last year. He just doesn't seem to have speed when he gets back into the 10th, 12th, 15th positions and be able to gain.
If you were picking a race team tomorrow to win this race, who would it be?
Hendrick Motorsports.
Yeah, man, they're just so hard to get away from, aren't they, Coop?
Yep.
Fucking name, man.
Yep. So if I was betting with my heart, what are the odds on Chip Ganassi Racing winning?
20-1.
Yeah, I would just bet Kurt Busch instead.
Yeah.
If I was going to go that route.
Hendricks plus 105 to win the race tomorrow.
So, I don't know. I imagine Chevrolet's a minus 120, 130 to win the race.
Chevy period. Hold on, let me check. They are minus 110.
Yeah. Because to be quite honest with you, it could be my heart again, but I think that, somebody from Hendrick wins or Kurt Busch wins. I don't know. I'm just so amped up on Kurt Busch tomorrow.
I'll tell you what's interesting. Ford has won, the last 5 here?
Yeah.
And they're plus 225.
Yeah. Yep. But, they only won this race earlier this year because Larson didn't manage his tires. Larson led 270 laps of the race.
Look how many cars stayed out. Are you watching this?
No, I had it off for a minute. Hold on, let me get back up. Did Hamrick and Bush pit?
Yeah, they both pit, and they both came out together, but way more cars stayed out on the track than I thought they would.
No, they should be able to pass him. There's going to be, 10 laps left?
About 13 laps.
Yeah, they should be able to pass him. Half of them cars are probably not very good. So.
Yeah, all right, boys. So we'll stop it there, and then Coop will be on with me tomorrow when he gets out of work. I'm in complete agreement with Coop. I think the best bet tomorrow is probably taking that plus 105 on Kurt Busch. So we'll roll with that as the show play rolling.
Make sure you put it on the sheet.
Yeah, I will. I know. Last week I screwed myself and didn't put it on the sheet. I'll put it on the sheet, and then for subscribers, Coop will throw whatever he's on in the race pre-race. I might have one more bet besides that. If I do, I'll throw it in the Discord, and then we'll roll into the live show, crushing it like Coop and I do. Aside from that, I'll be live for subscribers in about 15 minutes for UFC 264. And Coop and I will see the rest of you guys tomorrow afternoon. So good luck. Hope your action runs pure this weekend. And we'll see you tomorrow. Later.